General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni nakyemalira dictator wa Africa era awensi yonna akyasinze ati nno giwunye nga ba dictator banne bwe gibadde gijja biggwa ebadde bijja bibeera nga ente bagivaamu ntyaji nga bagenda tebayisigidde wadde n'akawande kati nno naye General Museveni essaawa zino ebigambo byefudde.
Confuse the minds of young Africans is that our subjugation or sufferation, it is attributed to the faith we have respectively, of which we refuse to buy. We are saying that faith has kept us harmoniously safe. But dictators have divided us so deeply. We are saying to all you scholars of Africa, to all you theologians of Africa, we are saying the problems that hinders the progress of Africa, it is rooted in the dictatorial mentality of old men who occupy higher positions of leadership. It is not theologians. It is not priests. The priests are being used and those ones are numbered. It is just a handful of priests who are being used by Dictator Museveni. So what we are saying is that before you castigate the Bible, what we need it is to put the Constitution on the forefront, because any member, any civil servant, prior to assume that office, they hoist a Bible and take an oath, meaning that the value of the Bible, it is generational. Meaning that it is unthinkable for men like Bob the Mechanic, I and I, to look at Anasias trying to purport that Museveni is a righteous man and I keep quiet. That is unthinkable. We are saying the separation of Africans is rooted in greedy leaders, all the people with wrinkled face who are clinging on to power as if they are the only one in position with the leadership skills. We are saying that by deploying the words of Pope Philip III, who says that not to oppose error, it is to support it. Not to defend the truth, it is to suppress it. And indeed, choosing silence while wicked men are killing people, it is not a lesser crime or sin than to support them. Brothers and sisters, we are not going to be partners in criminality. What we are saying, religious leaders, speak nothing but truthfulness to power, so that your congregants can live in harmonic peace. Because Museveni is oppressing people. Museveni is dispersing people. Museveni is driving people out of business. Museveni is poisoning prominent leaders. Museveni is killing innocent children. Museveni is immunizing young children so that they may not get children. Anasias. The Observer indicated that 36,000 Ugandans have been oppressed and their land has been grabbed by either Museveni's family members or those who are attached to Museveni's evil regime. Anasias, what do you read in the news? Anasias, what do you read in the news? Are you devoid of the fact that Museveni's militants are killing people on Lake Victoria? Are you devoid of the fact that Museveni's militants are oppressing people out of Kasanda, places which are endowed with gold? Are you devoid of the fact that Museveni is constructing a concentration camp in Chagwe because there is gold? And he is willing to relocate all prisoners to that area, so that it can be a real concentration camp whereby prisoners are mining gold and there is no right of theirs shall be observed while there. Okay? Are you devoid of that fact? Anasias, Archbishop, Kigezi Diocese, we are saying you are not the Catholic faith. We are saying you are not the Catholic faith. Catholic faith. Priests. What do we expect when we receive information that Archbishop of Kampala Diocese, he is in conniving with Museveni and Charles Peter Mayiga to go and coerce Ssaabasajja Kabaka, His Majesty the Kabaka of Buganda, so that he may not chase Charles Peter Mayiga publicly. Now we hear this man also comes and confuse the general public. Knowing that Museveni captured all mainstream media, all radio stations and TVs, the revolutionary message is not allowed to be aired. But Museveni's propagandism, it is aired 24/7. Museveni took away the internet at Anasias. Don't you know that? That we are striving to disseminate the information of revolutionarism into the minds of the people of Uganda, having been tormented psychologically for 40 years. And now you issue statements which are perverted, statements which are detrimental even more than sodomy, being uttered by a man in cap and gown, purporting to be a faithful man, purporting to be a spiritual man. Are you being rational? Because philosophy says that rationality and righteousness makes a man spiritual. Anasias, are you spiritual? Or you a pervert? Are you a man of God? Or you leading the flock of God into an abyss? Anasias, Kigezi Diocese Catholic Church, Bishop Anasias, are you proclaiming the word of God? Or are you driving Museveni's narrative, of which it has no strategy to stand anymore, given the fact that it is jittery? It is man like you who keeps it, who are holding it right now as we speak. His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu told you all elderly people that please stand with us, support us. If you feel like you won't be able to support us, do not stand in our way. Do not stand in our way. That is what he said. That is what he said. Brother Anasias, take off all your gowns, take off all your masks, and we speak as Ugandans. And we speak as Ugandans, all the men. What we are saying, we are not disrespecting you, but the message you're sending, it is so disrespecting. It is so divisive. It is so detrimental. It is so discouraging. It is so confusing. Archbishop Anasias, Kigezi Diocese Catholic Church, please, Archbishop, leave the struggle to go. Stop coercing your congregants by uttering deleted statements. How many times do you remind your congregants that the men who gave you money stole the money of the innocent Ugandans? Anasias, Member of Parliament, this is where we have a problem. We wouldn't be over the backs of these spiritual leaders if you parliamentarians knew exactly what you are meant to do. You understand? Parliamentarians, if you are doing exactly what you have to do, Museveni wouldn't have any power to coerce these religious leaders. But because of your silence, because of your compliance on Museveni's dictates, has led Museveni even to take on the spiritual institutions. It is because of your silence. Parliamentarians, you represent spiritual leaders equally. Your voices represents even the Catholic Church, represents the Protestants, represents the Muslims, represents the Seventh Day, represents the Anglicans, all of that. It is represented by parliamentarians. How are you representing us in silence? How are you representing us in silence? We are marching to Parliament to force you to recall Anita Among to resign. How comes that you allow yourself to be dictated upon by Anita Among, well knowing that there are rules of procedure in the Constitution? You have left a just leader fighting by himself. He doesn't have, you don't give him the support he needs. You understand? You don't give him the support he needs because he's young in age, and you feel like we cannot be led by these young men. A man who has exhibited nothing but justness in his mental faculty. He is being guided by the Holy Spirit, which does not recognize any intimidation, which does not recognize any sense of, this covetous sense of profiting through diplomacy. He does not have those ones. He is well contented. What he is lacking, it is the backup of his fellow parliamentarians, of his fellow National Unity Platform party. He representing the ideology of National Unity Platform. Why is he the only one confronting Anita Among? Nambeshe, what are you doing? What are you doing? We need a reverberating voice. Okay, we need a reverberating voice. You people, you claim to be well experienced, but we don't see the fruits of your experience. What we see, it is the protruding bellies, which is the symbol of a corruptible soul. That is all we see. Do you consider a big belly to be an experienced statesman? No, that is a sign of a man who is corruptible. Protruding belly. It shows a man who is not contented in whatever they get. Nambeshe, what we're saying, we don't hear your voices. We don't hear your voices. We do not hear your voices. When are you mobilizing? At what time do you mobilize on your electorates? Parliamentarians, we don't see you. We don't see you. We don't see you. Parliamentarians, we don't see you. What we want to hear are the voices that renders Museveni's, brutal regime sleepless. But you give him a chance even to orchestrate how to kill His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, how to kill Joel Sonyonyi, how to kill Waswa Mufumbiro, how to kill Secretary General, how to kill all these prominent leaders. Nambeshe, you are quiet. You are quiet. You are quiet. His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu's life survived narrowly. His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, he survived narrowly. And you guys, you never staged any fracas on the floor of Parliament. How comes? How comes? The Parliament empowers you to speak unhindered, unequivocal. You are empowered to speak candidly to power. Why don't you utilize the mandates that comes with the opposition you occupy? Why do you allow yourself to be bribed? What kind of history do you wait for? Are you waiting for to see exactly that it doesn't matter how treacherously you earn? The end game, it is you be exposed, and all that you have plundered shall be confiscated away from you. From you. You guys who are dealing with Museveni in darkness, thinking that you are not seen. Really? Elder Nambeshe, we don't hear your voice. We don't hear your voice. We are not complaining for nothing. We are following Parliament. We are following Parliament. Every single day we on Parliament watch. We don't hear you unanswered. Parliament post each and everything. We don't hear our representative agitating for change as it was at the inception of the struggle that led you to gain the position of parliamentarian. What are you doing, parliamentarians? What are you doing, brothers and sisters? Brothers and sisters in Parliament, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you pacifying the minds of Ugandans who voted you into leadership? They knew exactly what they were doing. They wanted you to uplift their voices on the floor of Parliament. What we see, it is the conformity, it is the compliance on Museveni's dictates. That is not what led us to vote for you. No, that is not what led us to vote for you. We voted for you to send the message to Dictator Museveni that we are fighting for freedom, that we are fighting for the restoration of the rule of law in Uganda, that we are fighting for the separation of the doctrines of powers, that we need the legislature to be independent, that we need the judiciary to be independent, and we need a legitimate executive, not of Dictator Museveni. Fellow Ugandans, we are not owing Museveni anything. After all, we never voted for him. All the things he does right now, he is stealing money because he knows his days are numbered. Fellow Ugandans, let us continue. Let us continue fueling the struggle. Let us speak. The only way, the only service we can render to the struggle, it is to speak, brothers and sisters. It is not a monitored. We don't need money in this struggle. What we need, it is the mind which is well spoken unequivocally. We are not interested in money in one way or the other. What we need, it is to lift the voices of the people of Uganda to come to the Parliament and march and force Anita Among to resign. Once we occupy Parliament, Museveni won't be there anymore. Brothers and sisters, all the militants you see Museveni is setting, it is targeting you, prominent leaders. You are going to be assassinated in your silence. Let us merge our voices and let us overwhelm Museveni's guns. That is the ultimate security. Mobility, mobilizing people. Let us mobilize each other. That is the only way we can overpower Museveni's guns. Stop informing your electorates that you are fighting for them on the floor of Parliament. You cannot fight a dictator by your own. A dictator is fought by the resistance of the natives of the people of the Republic of Uganda. Those people who sent you into the August House, those are the people to support you. How are they going to come at your back? By you going back to the constituencies as you went while soliciting for their votes and inform them that you send me into the August House. But what we have realized is that it is well entrenched into corruption. The only way to remove corruption out of the Parliament, it is you, my electors, to follow me and we march to the Parliament. That is the message we want to hear, my brother, young brother, Zake Francis Butebi. That is the message we want to hear you. If they do not allow you to go into your constituency, mobilize people online as you as you post other stuffs online. My brother Zake Francis Butebi, we much interested in hear you. Speaking of the struggle, we are not that much interested of seeing your pictures while you are still shitting in the pampas. My brother, this is the war. We are in the middle of the war. Tell me, to what benefit shall the struggle gain for your childhood picture? My brother, Museveni is taking each and everything. Museveni is taking each and everything. Museveni is taking each and everything. You guys, while in the campaign, you used to address the people online on every single minute. Online. You are no longer addressing people online. Okay? Because you are contented. You say you are fighting for the people. Who are you to fight for the people? It is people who send you there. And the philosophy shows that parliamentarians cannot do away with Museveni. It is parliamentarians to mobilize their people in the constituents to come to the parliament. Okay? We are not interested in hearing anybody giving us assurance that he or she fights for us. No, we want a message that, fellow Ugandans, let us come. A message from the leaders. A message from the leaders. You were voted to do that exactly, to lead the people, not to be quiet. Not to be quiet. Not to conform on Museveni's dictates. Parliamentarians, all of you, respectively. All of you, respectively. All of you, respectively. You can see that these people are being accustomed to bribery. Brothers and sisters, let us pressurize these parliamentarians. Let us not give them peace. They are being paid on our money. We are entitled to ask them questions because we pay them. We pay them. My brother, they are our servants. They are entitled to scrutiny. We are entitled to scrutinize them. Let us observe their actions. Let us not concentrate on their eloquence. Let us concentrate on their actions. What does their action represent? Are they mobilizing people to topple Museveni's regime? Or they are focusing on 2026? Brothers and sisters, we have seen credible information indicating that Museveni, having set a president in the concluded, was it a by-election in Kisoro, he set a president that the two prominent political party, that is the legitimate National Unity Platform and the illegitimate NRM, both of them, none gained a victory. You understand? That was Museveni's trick. We knew exactly that National Unity Platform won the contestation. But Museveni did not put his own of NRM, okay, to set a precedent that an independent can win an election. Now, ASP Asim of Bible and Politics indicated that Mr. Museveni, he is planning in the general election 2026, he is planning to front either Gasumba, Charles Peter Maiga, Alien Skin, or Fiki Gaza. You understand? So those individuals, they don't have power, they don't have anything. But do not be surprised when you see in the 2026 general election indicating that either Gasumba or any other unlikely person has won the presidential election. You understand? Because he have set a precedent on which he is willing to utilize or capitalize and claim that an independent candidate has won the presidency. You understand? We won't be with the privilege to confront Museveni, even militarily, when an independent person have won the election. And we all know that any independent, any person who is not Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu is working with Museveni. Any presidential contender, anybody who to come in 2026, not Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, that person is working for Museveni as it has been for the past 40 years or 38 years, okay? As it has been for the past 38 years.
Kale, byebyo, gwanga laffe nga bwe liri ne nakyemalira waffe General Kaguta Museveni omukama gwe yatugonnomolako. Yamutuwanga kirabo oba Katonda twamukola ki otwa General Museveni. nzo bajjajjaffe balina omusango bazza munene eri Katonda wanagomola ng'ogusasuya tulina okubeera ne General Museveni ebbanga lino lyonna kuba newuunya lwaki ali ebbanga lino lyonna akoze bingi okulaba ng'ayongera okubeerawo naye why are we not standing up? Why are we not getting up? Why are we still looking just at him? Lwaki tusituka ntwako kye tukola bannayuganda yatuloga yatuwunika yatufuula biddofe tuli awo tuli bazolo simanyi ki naye we need to stand up, we need to be serious. So obuzibu obusinga bannayuganda tuli serious tukankitwali naye nga mwene tetuli serious. Tulema okufokasinga ku bintu ebijjako General Museveni bonna obwongo waffe ntubuteeka ntugaa tujjeko General Museveni tutereeze ensi yaffe obasanga bali simanya abalina obubina obunene simanya balina obubina obutono simanya balina obubina obuwanvu simanya abamyuka simanya abayeruka simanya abawanvu simanya abasibuuka nga ze mboozi ze balimu nga they can't concentrate tukano kati katusindike ekinene kyawanga ekitegeera nga si baliko nga ngogamba kati obubaka obulimu okujjako General Museveni katubuwe nnyo time twongere okumanyisa abantu bangi bamanye nnyo tujjeko ta General Museveni tebaagala biwa budde baagala simanya gundi yeweese simanya gundi yeberese simanya gundi bamukutte simanya bibalimu ebitalina mulamwa bitane gye batwa just byawa akaseera awo ne basanyukamu bavugamba General Museveni alemeddeko Kyagulanyi alemereddwa naye nga gwokozeewo ki osiba mukulaba beyambudde osiba mukulaba simanya gundi yasamudde nnyo osiba kulaba simanya gundi yatukunamidde nnyo bimwagala okulaba simanya gundi yakutta omwana we bimwagala okulaba nite mwagala kulaba kikigenda kukyusa nsi yo ofune eddembe lyonga ggwe mu nsi yo obeere ng'osalawo kyoyagala ebyo temwagala kubiwa budde abivaawo Kyagulanyi alemereddwa nno Kyagulanyi tufuneeko ku mulala Nego, what have you done? Tewali nawe kyokola just kulaba bulabi beyambudde bibekunyumira ne ugamba nti kampo obubaka obujjako General Museveni obudde mbulabe then nanga atembuwa abalala obudde tobulina wabula inagatambuza ngambo za gundi yakwanye gundi ayagala gundi simanya amyuse nnyo simanya gundi wamulabye bibu mwagala ne obubaka obujjako General Museveni tamina budde bwabo ali muguma tufuge panga tuzemu amagezi panga tutegedde nno tulina kutambuza obubaka bujjako General Museveni tulina okutambuza buli nnaku nga tukera okutambuza oba tubunyiye ne twongera okubutambuza ne twongera obongeramu ebirungo ne twongera obongeramu sukaali ne samuli ne tubutambuza abantu ne bongera okubunyikira ne banyina obuvunaanyizibwa okujjako General Museveni siwali agenda bibakolera si Kyagulanyi nti yagenda bakolera okujja akera ave magera akunumbe achapa mugu pande State House ajingira je tulina okuba all ffenna nga tuli wamu ne tugamba olunaku lumu nti ffenna tusituse bannayuganda ennakasero ab'ekyamuliibwa ab'ekyamukakkata ab'erwamaggwa ab'emukono ab'essese ab'ekyanja ab'enajjanankumbi ffenna tugaba tugenda nakasero eyo group egenze Entebbe oba tugenda nakasero gye tusooka tumufulumye bwabajali babanga taliyo batwekayo ekibinja ekiwambye nakasero batwala basine ekibinja tugenze Entebbe bobaka bulina okutambuza naye osanga nti basobola kugamba no tutambuza obubaka obutuzaamu essuubi okujjako nakyemalira ola batambuza gundi alina nyashi gundi alina bomba simanya gundi alina wota ebyo bibabeeramu nyamera obudde bavugamba Kyagulanyi nno bimulemye nenga namwe mukera mu musiba mu nyamya mbozi z'abalina bubina